So give me just a second. This is a video about Plan With Me July 2021. Yes, exactly. I'm super, super excited to plan another month with you. So, like this video if you enjoy it, if you enjoy content like that. Comment on if you're seeing everything okay, everything's fine. That will help me also, I guess, make sure that you guys see everything that is that should be working. So I'm going to close this now and I'm going to open it slowly just to give you a little bit of a heads up, where we are, where we have gone so far. Hello, MC. So thank you guys for jumping on the chat. So my journal is Zenart Dotted Journal. I have been using it since October 2020. This is my second journal and I've changed it since then, and my monthly spreads are a little bit different. There are a couple of things that I keep and then a few things that for every month I change. So I'm going to show you what we've done in the previous month. So I have had this journal since May. So this is my index, and then my intention for 2021, 3 goals I want to achieve. I'm getting married in October, so I have my wedding planning section here, my vision board here. May 2021, so this is my calendar setup. This is my I guess my habit tracker, my daily habit tracker, bullet journal habit tracker, things I want to achieve in the month. This is an interesting one because when I was attending a health coach certification, this is what was coming up quite frequently. And this is basically, this is filled up, so it's easier now to show you. So this is basically a circle. You split it in sections. Each section represents a part of your life and how happy or I guess not so happy you are with it. So this is it. So you can see that I put exercise quite low because this is something that I want to improve. It was really high for me in 2019, but after the pandemic, it took the downhill. It went downhill. So there's a few things that I want to improve. Basically, end of the month thoughts, and then I put some extra things like posture and face exercises that I do, notes from Habits book that I'm reading, my wish list, and then we moved to June. So here I wrote a little bit of like a quote for me, a few things that I noted. So I'm completing my section for habit trackers, so there are less things that I'm tracking at this time. My main goals again, and I will fill this in at the end of the month. I've added some extra things like my ideal day, gifts ideas for him, monthly exercise plan. So we got our bike this month, so as you can see I was spending more time on the bike, and this will be my monthly reflection. Okay, so let me not waste or keep you for long. Let's move into planning our July 2021. So like I said before, this is Plan With Me 2021. We'll do different bullet journal page spreads. So I'll provide you some bullet journal page ideas, and we'll have, first of all, the calendar, a habit tracker, bullet journal habit tracker, bullet journal mood tracker. We'll also set up some goals and monthly reflections. Okay, so let's get started. So this is a section that is kind of standard for me, and I love the way that it's set up. So I pre-did already some things so that it's much easier for you guys to understand where I'm taking it, and to where I'm going to take this basically. So let's slowly set up so you can follow what I'm doing. Basically, I also count here. So for me, in this bullet journal, this is a B5 bullet journal. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots from here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 dots from here, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13. Okay. And then there is a line that I draw using a ruler, super important. I started doing these lives this year because I think it's much easier and it's better for you guys to follow along if you want to. My bullet journal setups are super easy. They don't take that much time. You can set them up in less than an hour, which is fantastic. If you're super busy, you don't have the time, but you do want to get into journaling, into organizing your life properly based on your needs. So this has worked for me. My previous, I guess, setups were a little bit more complicated and they did not really work for me. So I had to change them quite a few times until I find what works for me, and this setup actually works. So I'm pretty happy for it. I always mention that for bullet journal setups, I always use a pen first, just in case that there are mistakes that need to be done, that in case I do mistakes or I want to change something when before I go through with my pen. So let me see. Well, so yeah, drop a hi, say hi if you're around, that would be great. Do like the video, that means the world to me, because that also sends the signal that you're enjoying it. I know that I haven't done some of my pre-recorded videos in a while. I know, guys, it's just been really hectic with the wedding planning, and I also felt a little bit demotivated, I'll be honest with you. I wanted to spend some time doing something else, so I actually got into macrame doing. So I've been creating some gifts for my wedding guests, so that's been taking quite a lot of time of my life. So I said, okay, I don't want to push myself too much because I also worked full time, as you already know. Having a hobby or side hustle is great, but at the same time it should be enjoyable, right? Oh, you see, even with a pen sometimes I make mistakes, but it's okay. There's always correction liquid that you can use and make it all right. And our last line. So again, if you're new around here, I'm just saying that this is Plan With Me July 2021, where I'm taking you through different bullet journal setup ideas. These are mine. We have a bullet journal calendar setup. We'll have bullet journal habit tracker, which I'm super excited. This habit tracker setup is a lifesaver for me this year, to be completely honest with you. I've been using it for a couple of months now and it's great. So easy to fill in, which I think is the best. Okay. And also I have been loving these lives. I kind of feel that lives are much easier to record because there's less, well, there is preparation, there's still some type of preparation, but it's just the work afterwards, it's much less. Plus, I think you prepare everything on the live itself, which is fantastic. I'm really scared to do a cook along live. Otherwise I would have done it long time ago. Just I feel that so many things can go wrong. Plus, sometimes you have to wait for things to get ready. If there's any easy and a quick recipe that you want me to do, do let me know, and I might do a live for it, like maybe a quick breakfast, something like that. We'll see. You probably saw that I have put quite a few anniversaries. We're still in the phase where we're celebrating our anniversary every month. I know, cheesy, but we're at that phase still, so I'm kind of enjoying it, and it's been a year and a couple of months. I was actually proposed to 8 months into the relationship. I think we knew that, we're right for each other. So it did make sense to us. Guys, do you hear everything's fine? Is there anything that I should look into? Is the voice fine? Do let me know. If you're watching this after the live, and if you're new around here, do check my channel. You might like it. Like this video, subscribe. It means the world to me. So this is done actually. Now, what I usually do is basically I slightly erase this. I try to do it like a little bit later in case the ink hasn't dried, so it will smudge. So to avoid smudges, basically I do it a bit later. So I'll do that later, but I'm just showing you what could happen basically. Okay, so let's do this as well. Okay, cool. So that's done, and let's go to my habit tracker. Okay, so I don't think I was really successful, but I tried to I guess write my habits in order, like the first thing what I do when I wake up to the last one. But in the meantime, while I was doing it, I forgot actually a couple of things, so it didn't turn out that way. So with a tick, I used to do with like if you saw my first, I started with circling, but that took a little bit of time. While by ticking, it just takes like literally like seconds. So I decided to stick to ticks because it's quicker. You see, I always try and optimize anything that I do because I want to make sure that my bullet journal is serving me rather than me spending too much time on it, right? That's the point. So this is the bullet journal habit tracker. This is the daily habit tracker. And I think it works so much better than what I used to have for many reasons. I guess the first reason is because it's so much easier to fill in. If you go to my, I think I did something like bullet journal setup for beginners because I was a beginner as well. So I shared how I had set it up. It looked awesome, honestly. It looked really good. But filling it in took really a long time for me. I felt like it did. So what I decided to do is I simplified because I liked actually some elements of bullet journaling. So I said, okay, how can I make it so that I like all the elements of it? And I'm actually enjoying filling in my habit, checking up on my habits. Some of them I haven't done in quite a long time, but it's good to have like a reminder there. It's nice. And also like I'm thinking, for example, I haven't done dry brushing for quite a long time, and I'm thinking, okay, so why not? Why am I missing? And I realized that because I usually shower after I exercise, it's not really so my body is quite sweaty. So maybe I should do something else. So maybe I can dry brush before I go to bed instead. Because I used to dry brush before I showered. So you find solution to problems, I guess, by having them here. Also, in my previous months, I didn't have a mood tracker, a bullet journal mood tracker. So now I do, which is really exciting. So let's see how that will go. I'll definitely let you know in the next live. If you're following me in my social channel, like my Instagram or Facebook, and you're saying, oh, but I haven't seen any notification that you're going to do live. I don't put notifications because I'm not really sure when I'm going to do these lives. So they're in random days, like usually weekends, like second weekend or third weekend of every month, just like before 15th of the month. So I want to make sure that you have all the time that you need to prepare your bullet journal. So I'm putting, you saw that like, well, you do work. So obviously, why do you put productive work? The productive work for me is feeling productive more than anything. And if I don't feel productive, it's it gives me like a chance to understand why I feel like I wasn't productive and how I can improve it. So there's a lot of thought that went into this, right? Okay. I actually read more than one page now, to be fair. I like reading, it's become a really good habit. I don't want to make it mundane in the sense that read more than that, like putting a goal to read more than that. I'm happy with, I always read more than one page, like two, not 2 page, not even like 5 to 10 pages. My channel has become mainly about bullet journal setups now, and also recipes and health advice. So those are the three topics that I usually cover on my channel. What I want you actually to tell me, if possible, is if there's anything from recipe wise that you want me to cover, that would be great. I'm trying to do healthy recipes as much as possible. Now I'm experimenting with healthy banana bread. I know that there's quite a few recipes, I get it, but I want to do something that works for me, to be completely honest with you. And then, like, for example, you can very lightly go over with an eraser to erase this. Okay. I'm going to do that now so you see it. So very lightly, you don't have to do it very intensely. I'm going to do it here as well. Just, to get it done with. And have ready to set up bullet journal, like ready to use bullet journal. Since I'm sure that the ink has dried as well. I got into, I studied why someone should bullet journal and things like that for over a year before I actually started journaling. And I was quite lucky because the company that I work now for they do have bullet journals. They sell bullet journals, so I get a couple every year. And their bullet journals are amazing. Like Zenart bullet journals are fantastic. They're fantastic. I've talked so much about them because honestly, I do like them. Like they're really good. I don't use watercolor, but I think if you're an artist, you can use light watercolors. They work just fine. Tracker. Okay. And then I guess I tried to be a little bit creative. So I looked into what other people do for their mood tracker. So I decided to set something like that. So more like a tree with leaves and branches. And then what I'm probably going to color them depending on my mood. I haven't decided. Maybe green will be like I'm like on top of the world, and then red will be I don't feel that good, and then the colors in between like blue will be so and so. Okay. I have 6 starting from here, by the way. So I have this one. I like curls, basically. So that's fantastic. Okay. I have a window open, by the way, so if you hear like noises from outside, apologies. Hopefully they're not that loud. It's really summer here, and if I put the aircon on, and actually we don't have in this room aircon, but if I put it, it's much louder. Okay. So if you're new here, this is Plan With Me, July 2021. I'm taking you through my bullet journal monthly setup where you can see bullet journal calendar setup, bullet journal habit tracker. We are now doing bullet journal mood tracker, yeah. So I'm going to use a tree as my inspiration. And like I said, red will be my I'm not that well, green will be I'm on top of the world, and blue will be I'm so and so. I'm going to use those colors a little bit later on. So I can just make a note here. So maybe green equals great. Red, not so great. And blue, so and so. I don't have the colors with me right now because usually I fill up my bullet journal with a black pen. So that's why I don't have them with me. Otherwise, I could also like color one or a section, like I do a triangle or like what do you call this? Like a small box, yeah. I could do that. Okay. Let's go 29. And last one, 31. Okay. Let's go to the next branch. I moved this. I didn't want to move it. me see if I got it back. That's 18. 20, 21. I don't use that many colors because I feel that it's a bit distracting. So that's why I'm going to use colors only for my mood tracker. I might want to experiment with different ones as well, maybe just using one color, but maybe having like a faces or things like that. Because part of minimalism, I guess, which I'm trying to get into slowly, is to remove as many distractions as it is possible. So you can say that this is like a minimal bullet journal setup for minimalists, basically. Like a basic bullet journal setup. Slowly, lightly. When did you guys get into bullet journaling? And why, actually? There's always a great reason why people start bullet journaling. I started bullet journaling because I wanted to track how things are going in my life, and because I want to be a little bit more committed when it comes to my YouTube channel, and maybe not so much, more committed to me being okay, to be happy, actually. Yeah, so that's why I started bullet journaling. Okay, so this is done, guys. So this was habit tracker, bullet journal, habit tracker. This is bullet journal, mood tracker. And let's move to our main goals. So I'm not sure if it's lucky or unlucky, but I haven't set any goals right now. I'm going to do that with you. So let's move there as well. Okay. Let me just write those things. Cool. Yes, the pages on this bullet journal are of white. I'm okay with that, actually, to be completely honest with you, because the smudging doesn't look bad when it happens. Plus the paper is really thick. So I think I need to do something like that by the looks of it. Okay. Usually, the goals that I set are for book writing, for my YouTube channel, and for my wedding, because these are the main areas for me. I actually haven't worked on my book writing actually this month. Still looking for this and for this list of hotels I need to do. So what I'm going to do is, so what is my main goal? Is reaching 100K subscribers, right? And then on YouTube channel. So I definitely need to do a live. You see, this is why you need to do with a pencil first, because you might want to correct some things. Now, in my previous month, so actually in June. I've done this. This is perfect. Like it's done when it's colored in all in, and then X is like it's not done. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to draw those boxes, and so plan with me. So that's a live video. Then another one, which is recipe, pre-recorded. And then maybe another one, which is, so I have a video that's already prepared. So maybe what I can do, a little bit of research. So maybe instead of not just recipe, so maybe I can do something like advice. So it's more like sitting down and providing some advice. So maybe it will be an piece of advice video, basically. That's pre-recorded as well. Okay, so that's done. And then let's see what else we have. So my next goal is book writing. So I guess my goal is to write like around 20 pages. So it's almost half of the month. I haven't written even one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a little bit more realistic. So write again, book writing. I'm going to put 2 goals, a little bit specific. So research and write 10 pages. So that's half. Let's see if I will be able to stick to it, okay? So that's my goal. And then wedding, okay, cool. So wedding. Plan. Let me see. So groom suit, cake, list of hotels, buy materials. So let's go to where, okay. So cake, that's in the process. Groom suit, flowers, gifts. Gifts for our best people, best man and his wife. Gifts for best man and gifts for so gifts for best man and gifts for guests. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. That needs to be done. Okay. And I think wedding announcement is in August, so we should be fine. Perfect. Okay. The next section is the section where we're going to, I guess, check upon where we are in our lives. So this is a really interesting one. I learned this when I was studying to become a health coach. I used to practice health coaching. I stopped it actually. I felt the start of becoming a health coach is quite intense. I also enjoy more creating content on YouTube channel. So I'm going to do that. Also learned a lot more going to uni and studying how nutrition affects our bodies. So I did a master's in clinical nutrition. which is great, which was really nice, interesting, actually. Okay, so I'm going months. Finance, work. I need to turn this, apologies. Sleep. Nutrition. If you're new around here and you're wondering, why do we do this circle? Let me tell you why we do it. So basically, if I go back to the one that I have filled in already, which is maze, this one. So basically it helps you. So if you're super satisfied with something, you fill it in. If you're not satisfied, or you're somehow satisfied, you fill it where you feel it best. Like for example, I felt like exercise, that wasn't my best strength right now, so I decreased so exercise, I'm not that happy. But with sleep, relationship, and romance, I'm quite happy. So in order to find balance, basically, you need to identify, okay, so how can I improve my finance, hobbies, spirituality, and exercise? So I decided to focus on exercise for the next month in order to improve that, and then I'll focus on nutrition, on nature and relaxing, spirituality. So this is how it goes. It just helps you keep on track where you are each month, and the areas that you need to focus on, because you won't be able to focus on everything, so you need to put some priorities. So this month my priority is exercise. Yeah. This is home environment. That's improving massively, actually. Okay, and now I just need to do the circle. I did this with a compass first. You can do it, there's so many other ways that shows you manually how to do it, but I use the compass. I had it since I was a kid, like from school assignments and things like that, so I just grabbed it. You can grab it from your kids, probably they have a compass if you have kids, or from your school projects if you have left any, or you can use some hacks in order to do it, like linking together two pencils or using like a piece of paper to do it. So okay, I think we're good this way, so I'm going to lightly remove this. Okay, we're good, I think. I'm going to lightly do this too. Okay. Okay, let's go to, this is the last section, I believe. Yeah. So this is the last section. writing monthly reflections. I started doing it since August 2020. Such a therapeutic process of writing everything that went well, that didn't, that you did, that you had a hard time with. Putting your thoughts there, so it's just fantastic actually. Okay. Lightly, I'm going to remove the pencil from here as well. I don't use I don't really use big fancy things. I think the simpler things, the better, to be completely honest with you. So let's see what we've done because that's it actually. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. We have our calendar where you can write anything you want. Maybe you want to also note some an event, an appointment, birthdays. Usually I put birthdays and where I should expect, for example, my period. I have my second vaccine dose here. Okay, let me see. And my period came. Period has changed since my first vaccine. So it came on 8th, or I should be waiting it around like 7 or 8. Going write it with. Okay. With a pencil first, and then with pen when it comes. So this is the bullet journal calendar, July 2021. You have bullet journal habit tracker, 1-page habit tracker. You have a bullet journal mood tracker. Main goal, like bullet journal set up for your goals and tracking your life events and where you are in your life, which parts you need to work on, you need to improve. And then monthly reflections. And that's it. That's an easy way and minimal bullet journal setup. So minimal plan with me, July 2021. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and being here. Hi, guys. So nice I see from always, Ali. Thank you guys for being here with me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next live or the next video that I'm preparing for you. Bye. You probably see my face now as I'm switching this live. I'm trying to find the button, which is here.